Okay, thanks for staying with us. Time now for Media Watch, for which we're joined by James Creedon. Hiya, James.
Good evening, Georgia.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the impending US election. Looks like Republican Mitt Romney's had a rather unusual endorsement.
Yes, I'm sure he's delighted with this one. Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, the crotchety old guy who is, you know, the symbol of everything crooked and corrupt when it comes to capitalism. He gave a ringing endorsement to Mitt Romney. And you can see there next to him, binders full of women, actually, for anyone who knows that reference to one of the debates where Romney had binders full of women. Mentioned it at least. So in any case, not very useful. And also in this endorsement, Seamus the dog appears. Now that is Mitt Romney's dog, who was on top of his car during a 1983 holiday. Strapped to the top of his car. It became a famous incident where a lot of people said animal cruelty, strapping your dog to the top of the car. So let's take a look at an extract of the endorsement where Mr. Burns asks Seamus the dog how he is going to, whether he's going to support Romney.
Anyway, to put this issue to rest, let's see whose company this noble beast prefers. On one side, we have Mitt Romney offering up an all-American treat. But to even odds, President Obama will tempt you with one of his wife's delicious, healthy snacks. Well, Seamus, who do you like better? Broccoli Obama or Mitt Romney? Who do you want to take care of you for the next 4 years? Ooh, another jumper. Bring in the next dog.
So a little nod to it all being a bit choreographed there. Bring me another dog. So it's funny, I suppose, but it is actually very timely because there are a lot of endorsements coming in for Mr. Obama and Mr. Romney this week. But just before we get on,
probably one that Romney could do without.
This one he could have done without. And just before we get on to the other endorsements, Mad Magazine linked these two characters, Romney and Mr. Burns, already back in March with a Who Said What quiz. So, for example, Georgia, I'm not very concerned about the poor. Who do you think said that?
Oh, it could go either way, really, which in itself is a problem.
It was Romney, actually. And why do I need another penny? I have billions. They both
Please say that was Mr. Burns.
That was Burns, but Romney also could have said that because he is a billionaire. So there you get the idea.
Right, okay, so on a more serious note, The Economist has endorsed Barack Obama, although it probably didn't go as far as Obama would like.
That's right. It was a case of the devil you know as opposed to the devil you don't. The main point of the editorial was the unacceptability of Romney. So really it wasn't so much an endorsement of Obama as it was a stark, very big criticism of Romney. Also, Mr. François Hollande was mentioned in the editorial. The Economist supports Obama and compares Romney to Hollande, i.e. a risk of being too faithful to your campaign promises, which in itself to me wouldn't seem like a bad thing. You're just being truthful. Hollande was faithful to his 75% tax rate promise for the super rich for earnings over $1 million. And The Economist is afraid that Romney would also do everything he says he's done, which would actually be disastrous as far as their calculations are concerned.
Right, okay. Now, Hurricane Sandy caused devastation this week, but it also had an impact on endorsements, in particular New York Governor Michael Bloomberg.
That's right. If you have a look at this New York Times article, Bloomberg backs Obama, citing fallout from the storm. So actually, Romney, who has in the past said that FEMA, which is the federal agency that deals with disasters, should have its funding diminished, saw basically the storm was very, very bad for him. Obama came across as presidential. He was very reactive, unlocking funding for the various states affected very quickly. And Mayor Bloomberg, you can see a photo of him here with Obama, was very impressed by that and actually decided on that basis to endorse him. Now, over the border in New Jersey, Chris Christie, who is a Republican governor there, has all but endorsed Barack Obama as well. Very surprising and very shocking. He more or less said that the performance by Obama was fantastic. He got everything he needed very quickly and has done nothing really to endorse or to kind of shore up Mitt Romney in the middle of this crisis. And apparently, the talk goes at the moment, Romney has said seeing him with Chris Christie, i.e. Obama with Chris Christie, is tearing me apart. And he has apparently been seen as well doodling Chris Christie in the margins of his binders, his briefing
Tell me
books.
It's not in a heart.
I don't think it is in a heart. It's probably kind of crosses through it. You're not endorsing me. What are you doing?
Well,
so
it's been an emotional election. Okay, and finally, a rather sick prank that was played on a TV presenter in Kyrgyzstan.
This is really weird, right? Her name is photographed here, Nazira Aitbekova. She's an anchor for a Kyrgyz TV channel. She was kidnapped by 2 tabloid journalists, right? For 2 hours, she was driven away. A gun was pointed to her head, and she was told she was going to be killed. And then they said, "Surprise! We're only joking. It's a prank." And she was devastated, in tears, etc. And those 2 journalists have been fired from this tabloid called Super Info. Not funny.
Well, definitely makes you question their judgment. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Media Watch there with James Creedon. Okay, stay with us. We've got more news and headlines coming up after this short break.